Not only are you getting the usual 2 Major League Baseball plays, an NBA best bet, but with the Kentucky Derby being tomorrow, we have a special bonus, a free Kentucky Derby winner from the horse, of course, himself, Mark Zinno. Zinno, I need to ride you to the winner's circle right now because it's not gone well for me. I'd like to apologize publicly to you. Actually, I don't believe I was.
Be interesting.
I don't think I was sympathetic enough to your plight yesterday, not only on air but off air. You were very upset about a recent downturn. I was just trying to cheer you up, make a lot of jokes. Hey, we can get through this.
Yep.
Well, I went 0-2 last night. Now I'm pissed off too.
Same.
So, okay. So let's just be pissed off together, and maybe the commenters who enjoyed yesterday's show,
they did.
Maybe they can brighten our day. Please say something positive to us down below. 0-2 is a streak. Not a good one, Dan. Thank you.
Nope.
I'm actually 0-5 the last 3 days, quite frankly.
That
is a streak and a really freaking what?
It is rather. Listen, I'll be blunt about this.
Oh.
I just looked since the start of the baseball season. I am not dead last, which says volumes.
Okay,
about the 4 schmucks who are worse than me. Okay, I have a hard time believing that there are 4 dumbasses worse than me in Major League Baseball right now. So stop.
We're not supposed to talk. Look, we're supposed to talk to people about WagerTalk.com, not WagerTalk.com/admin. That is for us, not the viewers.
Okay. Again, hi. I am the 5th worst baseball handicapper to start this year. I have been an abortion.
Yeah, that was certainly a strong comment. I know. Look, it's a long season. What do they say? Baseball's a grind. Right now, you're bumping. Yes, now maybe
I feel like I'm getting
nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Unfortunately for R. Kelly, there was a lot wrong with his bump and grind.
Yeah,
but that is a different podcast for a different day. Let's get into the Major League Baseball, Zinno, since you did such a good job teeing yourself up there.
Tee myself out.
Okay. Well, you're going to talk about a game here. I forgot what the hell game you're going to talk about.
Listen, I'm going to break Bryan Power's cardinal rule here, folks.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. That's why I forgot about it. Because I don't like this play, not in practice, but in principle. I don't like this play. That's right. You're taking us to your stomping grounds, Yankee Stadium.
That's right.
The Pinstripes are hosting the Rays.
10-5 at home this year. And have statistically are putting the best pitcher in baseball on the mound in Max Fried. We like laying the 1.5 here for a multitude of reasons. The Yankees are coming off a bad series at Baltimore. They lost 2 or 3. So they're coming back home. Now the Rays got swept by Kansas City in a series where they only scored 3 runs. Did you know, Bryan Power, that the Rays are the lowest scoring team on the road in baseball this year? Did you know that? Did you also know that the Rays do not hit these well at all, Bryan Power? Did you know that?
I did.
Okay. Did you also know that on the road, the Rays, they're not good. They're not good. They have the second lowest batting average in all of baseball on the road this year at a $1.97 against lefties. Poor. Yes. That's very, very bad. So we don't expect the Rays to score a lot here. The Yankees are facing Ryan Pepio. I think it's Pepio. I just like doing that. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Piopi. Anyway.
Doing a lot of things.
Yeah. The last time he faced the Yankees, he was okay. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. Quality start. Gave up 2 bombs, though. That was at Steinbrenner Field, where the Rays play. So Yankees will get to him again after, a couple of down games offensively, with the exception of that 15-run outburst. You think the Yankees bats get back to normal at Yankee Stadium here. Max Fried will do his work to shut them down.
I know, Bryan. The Yankees won't get their full complement of at-bats, but still, they shouldn't need it against a team that's this bad on the road in the Tampa Bay Rays. So we're going to lay the 1.5 with the home team, despite Bryan Power's objections.
Flag's still falling over your left shoulder, by the way.
You're such
to point that out.
Jerk.
And I also don't know if I pointed this out to you before. The Yankees lineup can be rather, quote, feast or famine.
I'm going to kick you. I'm going to kick you in the head. Okay. And after that, I'm going to step on your nuts. You're such a jerk. Okay. what Brian Powers is referencing the other day when I went off on the fact that I took the Orioles Yankees over 9.5, and I kept saying I don't want to go over 9. Where's the 8.5? Where's the 8.5? And the game landed on 9. Brian Power kept saying, instead of saying, don't do that, Mark, I wouldn't go over 9.5 here. There's some trepidation. There's some problems. Here's why odds makers have continued to move this number off 8.5 to 9.5. Brian Power just went,
well, the Yankees offense can be a little feast or famine.
What can I say?
if I was in the same room with you, I'd slap you right now. I just want you to know that. That smirk on your face needs to be wiped off. Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
You're a dick.
Well, smash that like button if you agree. If you too would lay the 1.5 with the
you know what?
Yankees.
Smash Brian Power's face, okay, instead of a like button.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You can't do that. I'm alone. I'm safe here. This is my safe space here in the office. Let's talk about
Pansy.
Let's talk about the Toronto Blue Jays and the Cleveland Guardians as we head north of the border, Zinno, for a series
tariffs.
opener.
Oh, sorry.
7:07 Eastern. Yeah, I don't know how those are doing. 7:07 Eastern at Rogers Center. Was once known as the Sky Dome. I was there when it was the Sky Dome. I was there so long ago, Zinno. I actually ate at the Hard Rock Cafe when George Brett was taking batting practice. That was a long time ago. But anyway, back to the year 2025. In case you missed it, both these teams have been living somewhat charmed lives in the last few days. Of course, we cashed the Blue Jays. It's my half and double play. That was something I got right yesterday. They were down 2-0 much of that game before rallying late for the 4-2 win. Day before that, I know you had the first 5. Day before that, they trailed Boston 6-0, came all the way back to win 7-6. As for the Guardians, wow, they've had to sit out some rain delays here in Cleveland the last few days. They've won twice in walk-off fashion. Both were after long rain delays here in Cleveland. In between, they won a game on Wednesday, 4-2. All those runs came in the bottom of the 7th. I would like to point out, Mark Zinno, that the Guardians were out-hit in each of those last 3 games, including 13-6 yesterday, yet they go 3-0 in that stretch. Pretty safe to say the Guards are lucky to be 5 games over 500 at this point because they've actually been outscored by 24 runs. That is the same run differential as the Chicago White Sox. Now, Toronto, they actually have a worse run differential, -32, but they have Chris Bassett starting tonight. Bassett, he was phenomenal his first 4 starts of the season before getting touched up for 4 runs each of the last 2. Still, I'd give him the edge over Logan Allen for Cleveland. Allen gave up 7 runs in his last start, Mark. That's nearly as many as Bassett has allowed this season. Bassett's allowed just 10 total. One could argue, BP, why not just play Toronto first 5 here? Well, the problem is the Blue Jays haven't scored a run in the first 5 innings either the last 2 days. We want as many at-bats as possible when betting them. I've said it before.
Out of your way to continually poke at me today?
I'm sorry that some of these things that go against.
Is that what you're doing?
Look, I'm going to rip on myself in a minute here. Hold on.
We'll get to that part because that's the part I'm interested in. And so is everybody else.
I've said it again. Cleveland's bullpen will not be as good this season as it was last. Emmanuel Clase is a broken man. So Toronto Blue Jays. Money line.
Juan Soto broke him.
Play.
Juan Soto officially broke him.
Home run hit me right here. I got to get that picture today. And there's a picture of me laying on a table.
Yeah, I saw that one. I think I still have it.
Oh, maybe you could share it with them. Okay.
Let me see. Hold on. I'll check right now. But go ahead. Keep talking.
No, I don't have anything to say anymore.
No, keep talking. It's fine.
All right. Well, how about comment down below with your favorite plays in Major League Baseball on Friday? Mark and I have just given you 2 with the Yankees on the run line and the Blue Jays on the money line. A little AL East flavor, Mark Zinno. And you have a smirk on your face now. I reckon you have found the picture.
I haven't. For some reason, I found his pictures of Asian restaurants that I sent you. I don't know why.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I don't even want to get into that with you. We are going to get into the NBA soon. When are we doing your Kentucky Derby winner? Would you like to do that now at the end of the show? Okay, we'll do that at the end of the show. Is there anything you'd like to promote?
I will one up the Borough Bandits, whatever they're called, the Borough BSers of WagerTalk, who think that they can exclude me from the Kentucky Derby conversation.
You've been very argumentative this week, ornery, even more so than usual.
Yeah, what happened? I mean, honestly,
are you going to play golf today? By the way,
I am going to play golf today.
I can tell.
But I also
Is that why you have to get out of here early?
I had a lovely conversation with my ex-wife last night, so
Okay, we're not getting into that at all. I'm going to rip on my father. Okay, that we'll do in just a minute.
Have you ever seen Big Daddy? Have you seen Big Daddy? When a little kid's like, "Hey, Linda,
it's been a
you
long
a
time.
bitch." Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Oh boy,
you a bitch.
All right. Let me tell you something about last night. Okay, my family.
Okay.
I was on the Detroit Pistons money line. You were on the Detroit Pistons money line. It wasn't looking good much of the way, but they made a big run in the fourth quarter, did they not? And they were up 7 points.
So then big run at half.
They made a big run before half. Then the Knicks came out, started the second half of the big run. It looked over. Pistons up 7 with 2.5 to go. Do you know what text message I received? My
I
dad.
assume it's from your father.
He texts me, how are the Pistons going to find a way to blow this?
Oh, man.
I was irate.
The only worst thing he could have texted you is your bet is a lock. You've got this in. That's about the only worst thing he could have texted you.
Now, Mark Zinno knows, and he does not like it, that I do not enjoy being texted during games. Mark Zinno once texted me on Thanksgiving evening, I believe it was, when we were, I believe he was a few drinks in. Oh, we've got this. Packers is a winner. And I said, I told you never say that. And the Dolphins proceeded to score 2 touchdowns like in 5 minutes.
But the Packers still won and covered.
They still did. But you can attest to the fact that I then proceeded to text you nonstop for 30 minutes. Why would you do that? Why did you text me that? What are you doing? Why did you ruin this bet? Anyway, so you know why the Pistons lost last night, everybody? 2 reasons. 1, my dad texted me that.
And
2,
JB Bickerstaff
stinks. And I don't do this very often. I don't do this. I don't recall back and forths I have with other handicappers here on the network. But I did say last year on WagerTalk today that Cleveland Cavaliers would be a lot better once they got rid of JB Bickerstaff. Teddy Covers took me to task for saying that. He said, oh, I think the Cavs will miss. You're going to find out how good of a coach JB Bickerstaff was. Look, the guy could take a bad team and bring them into the playoffs. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Here in Cleveland, we're happy to have Kenny Atkinson, the NBA Coach of the Year. A damn fine coach that I think a lot of the countries.
You know, my favorite part is how well you tiptoed and had the caveat.
I don't usually do this when I talk about other handicappers. Let me just mention his name, but I don't usually do this.
It's called professionalism.
Say his name. Oh, professional. Like this is.
I said his name. It was Teddy.
Like this is a professional outfit. Stop it. We're the most professional things about this damn network, and look at us.
We are.
Yeah. Dan, would you like to comment? Just get a little note from the peanut gallery. Maybe he's not even paying attention. He's probably not paying attention.
He might be asleep. It's very early.
Professional. Yeah, no comment. Exactly. There you go. You don't even have the balls to pop. You don't even have the balls to pop on screen, huh?
That's because he woke up halfway through your rant and he just heard you say the word comment. I think yes, that's what that is. All right. Anyway,
we'll pop on screen at any moment. Don't you put that on me. Don't you put that evil on me.
We got him.
This light is so freaking bright, dude. Look, I didn't even fix my green screen. This is all fake. This is all a lie. Everything behind
green screen. Oh boy.
See, this is.
I had always been meaning to ask who'd done your interior decorating. My God, my whole entire life.
Yeah, it's all. A
guy on ecstasy at a rave. That's who did it.
Where's your head at?
I'll tell you what, this is the only show that I would peel back the curtain of the Wizard of Oz style. That is the studio here. You know what I mean? Like, look, it all looks real.
Never mind that man behind the curtain.
It's all a sham. And then look at this bedhead. All right, get back to the show. They're not here for me. They're here for Yamamoto baseball plays.
I mean, we're
done with him and we're going to basketball. Actually, by the way,
we are the best show at this network, so we have a little bit of clout to talk smack about whatever we want.
I'll tell you what, Dan Alex had a great head of hair. I mean,
it's how jealous it up, but look at me. Some comment will be in there talking about my hairline.
Oh, Zinno, what's the matter with your forehead?
I don't know. I have a mortgage, an ex-wife, 2 kids, and I can't get a baseball game right. What's your freaking problem?
One thing I will say, one of my favorite comments that I see frequently is like the disparaging comments that they'll say. They'll call Mark Zinno Mike Zinno. Yes, and every time I see it, it cracks me up.
Well, because that's the alter ego. That's the alter ego. Yeah.
Mike Zinno is a bit more of an asshole than Mark Zinno. All right. Let's talk about the NBA. My God, we haven't even given our best bet. We still have a Kentucky Derby winner to come. All right.
You forgot what we're doing again. Your hamster keeps falling off the wheels.
I know. It's gotta
Best
be in front
bet of the
me.
night. Let's go to the lone game of the
Rockets,
NBA.
Warriors.
Rockets and Warriors. Yes, there we go.
Just do it. Just do the segment, please. I have nothing
Yes,
to
I
add
got
here.
it. Look, I think this game goes under. And more specifically, I think the Rockets stay under their team total of 100 and a hook. I know we tried this with Golden State and it didn't work for us before. However, we've had back-to-back overs in this series. After getting under 3 consecutive games, we've had back-to-back overs. I don't think we're going back over for a third straight time. Moreover, Houston has had its best 2 shooting games of the series the last 2 games, not only from straight field goal range, but 3-point range as well. I don't see that continuing for a third straight game. If it does, we're going to game 7. If it doesn't, obviously we're not. If you look at the 2 games where the Rockets failed to score 100, clearly, again, it was their 2 worst shooting games from the field. I think Golden State's defense here reigns supreme. I think this thing stays under. More specifically, I think it stays under the Rockets team total of 100.5, and Golden State advances here, being a 7 seed to knock off a 2 seed in the Houston Rockets.
All right. Smash that like button if you agree with that best bet. I'm with you, Zinno. Rockets team total under 100.5. I would also bet the Rockets team total under 131. That's what they scored last game. They're not getting there today.
I don't think, well, I think you can do that in an alternate market, but you'd pay quite the hefty price for it.
It would be. I don't know what it would be, but I don't recommend doing that. But, that's my best bet for the show. All right. Let's drum roll, please, here. Kentucky Derby. Mark Zinno, did you know that I met my wife on Derby Day back in 2012?
The 2012 Kentucky Derby winner was, hold on.
She'll kill me if I can't remember, and I can't.
Hold on.
Would you like to know how I met my wife?
American Pharoah was 13.
Hold on. It was like a name. It was something that 2012. Let's look it up here. This is quality podcasting.
I'm just kind of.
I'll have another.
I'll have another.
I knew it was something that related to, yes, Kim and I.
That is so appropriate for you.
Yes. How did I meet my wife, ladies and gentlemen? Well, a tequila shot and an ass grab. I think I'm the last guy to get away with that move.
I'll have another.
Yes.
That's right. Bodemeister was who finished second. I remember that. That was a good race. Okay.
All right. Who do you like in the 2025 run for the Roses, sir?
Okay. I've watched a lot of YouTube horse racing over the past couple of days. And here's what I've settled on, okay? Look, there is a obvious reason why journalism is the favorite here. He runs a very clean race every time out. They have a very strict path to what they sit, where they let him stalk, where they let him sit when he makes his move. He's a very, very talented horse, and I think that you can expect him to run that same clean race. There's a lot of variance we talk about just in general with Sandman. He's got to have a clean trip. He's broken bad in a couple of his races that have cost him wins. They flat out cost him wins. I mean, he's run 8 races in his career, right? He's placed in 6 of them, and he's placed in every race in his 3-year-old trip. So he's very, very effective. But when you look at the races that he's run, this is, again, if he stumbled out, it hurt him. If he doesn't have a clean trip, it hurt him. If he gets stuck in bad position, it's going to hurt him. But here's the one thing. When you watch his races, you'll see Sandman when he gets to the top of the stretch. He is that one horse in the field where you can see the burst of speed in the stretch, and it is noticeable. It's like when you're playing that driving video game and you hit the nitro button, boom, you can see it. You can see it with Sandman. A lot of the races, even where he had bad breaks from the beginning and didn't run a clean trip, in the stretch, he gained on the leader. Why didn't he catch him? Because all the races he ran were a mile and a 16th. Like the Rebel Stakes, the Southwest Stakes, 2/16, like the Arkansas Derby that he won. When we get to a mile and a quarter, he's going to be able to close that gap in the stretch and be able to overtake the lead. Journalism clearly will be his biggest competition, but can journalism handle the mile and a quarter at that same speed? I like the price here. I know that Rodriguez was scratched, and that's going to change some numbers. I got Sandman at 10-1 when I locked in a day or two ago. So I still think Sandman is the best bet to win this thing and the best price that you're going to get on him. So let's go Sandman. Like Mariano Rivera, enter Sandman. And on Monday when we come in, we can go dun, 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 dun. When I'm celebrating, I can tell all the Burrow BSers that I was right and you were wrong. Ha!
What if they like Sandman? Have you ever thought of that?
I didn't watch. I didn't care.
All right. A bonus pick on the morning wager today. Sandman, says Mark Zinno, in the Kentucky Derby. I don't know. I haven't made a look. We're having a party at the house tomorrow. I'll have some drinks and I'll make.
Will you have another?
I probably will have several. Yes. When we have a party at the house, I tend to be poorly behaved. All right. That's going to do it for the show. It's going to do it for the week. A week that, quite frankly, Mark Zinno, we could have better. Yeah. You know, you were in a better mood today, though, so that makes me happy.
I mean, well, I did have a 5-0 streak in the NBA playoffs this past week, but that ended last night. Thank you very much. Is Jalen Brunson the best closer in the NBA?
I don't like Jalen Brunson.
I know. It sucked last night, but God, he's good.
Like, I don't like because he always tries to get fouled. I don't like that. I don't think that's basketball. It's upsetting to me.
You're a soccer fan. What the hell are you talking about? I don't like it. It's upsetting me. A guy gets fouled. A guy gets tripped on a blade of grass and he act like it was a sniper from 400 yards.
Seen some very serious injuries on the pitch.
Oh,
that's a different story. By the way,
I'm number one in soccer, everybody, in the last 365 days. Yay!
$99 for the next month. That's it.
Number one in soccer right here, BP.
No, that would be 2. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Speaking of barrels, everybody, drink some bourbon this weekend. Let's have a good time. We'll be back on Monday. Let's cash some tickets.